Okay. There we go. Right. Welcome, my name is Brian Knight and I live near Melbourne in Australia, and it's just turned 5:30 in the morning on a Monday for me, so it's about an hour and a half before the market opens. So let's, first things first, I'll just share here. So just welcome to this live FOREX analysis session. There is a full disclaimer here and a little note about us as live session traders here in the Straightforward FOREX group. Okay. I don't need to read through it. It's put it there at the start anyway. So, stop sharing that. Now, let's have a look across on the charts. Actually, I'll just stop sharing that. I'll share back here in a minute. Just show you the, this is my C-Trader, so my trading platform. So these are trades that I've been in for a considerable amount of time. I mean, some of them are back. This was the 26th. These are 19, 18. 19th, 18th. You can see where they're, they tend to roll up and down, but getting into the right direction is really what this is about. Okay. Good morning, Glenn. It's only us two, mate. Yeah. Now just share, where are we? That, share back across here. So on the weekend I had a bit of a thought maybe that might assist people. We can go through what you had, Glenn, too, if you want. Where was, hang on, I'll just come back to there. If I can, hang on, let me just see. Oh no, it's a picture. Okay. That's a lot more difficult. Okay, I'll have to stop sharing this. I'll share back over here again. Sorry, I keep flipping. So this is your your discussion here, or what you actually had put into the group, our chat, Glenn, correct? Yeah. So let me just, there we go. And Byron's there too. Welcome, Byron.
Yeah. Good morning for you, right?
Yeah, good afternoon for you. Yeah. You're part of the chat, so you would have seen this with that Glenn had put into the group. So this is because there's a lot of action happens in my daytime where Glenn has on, because it's a different time for the rest of the world. I know it's quiet for you.
Right.
For Glenn, I mean. So this is ribbon red, candle green, but you've got the 18 is still red. And so then it flattens out here. And this is for entry. So ribbon turns green. This turns green. Candle's not green though. So just you know, oh, good evening, Alistair. So if that's an entry there, you certainly could enter on this candle here at when this candle has completed. Would that be completed, Glenn? Glenn, you can just go yep or no or whatever to the discussion if you want, because I know you can't talk. It's 5:30 in the morning where you are, family and kids asleep and all of that. I'll come back and chat there. There we go. You're a AUD, yeah. So you're a AUD, correct? Yeah. A HA candle. HA candle. Okay. What? It's probably obvious, but what's a H? What's that, Glenn? Oh, Hikinashi. Oh, sorry. Yeah. No worries. So that's Hikinashi. If you had turned that into standard candles, it would have been a buy candle potentially. Yeah. Got it. So I'm just looking at what we're looking at. So yeah, absolutely. Entry there when that candle is completed. And then because this takes off and we've got green, there's a second entry virtually at the same time. Yeah. Or it might be a bit late. It just depends. And then what happens is, again, Hikinashi, it's when the next candle arrives, right? So bang, and you're looking at this stop loss. I mean, you came down here with it, yeah? It could be down to below the ribbon, but it just keeps going, right? And 4 very nice entries on there. It depends on what it did from that point. Is that, hang on, let me just see. And I suppose super safe. Okay, gotcha. So how was it at the end of the trading week? You're still in 4 trades, or has it pulled back, or I'm just trying to help. Let me, what I'll do is I'll just stop sharing that. I mean, we'll be able to, and I'll share across onto the screen, on TradingView, so we can actually go to where I'll just go here. I'll show you this in a minute. Euro AUD. There we go. Yep, on the 3 hour. Well, if you remember back to Glenn's, back to Glenn's, yeah, still in, right, great. Yeah, so there was change there. So if I put this on Iconessi's, you'll see where is that's the same. It would be the same. Was that on a 3 hour? Is it on a 3 hour? Okay, she's there. Yours looks different. Okay. Other settings. Anyway.
Maybe different settings or something.
Maybe not. It's all right. We'll just it just looks different. There's a little red candle in here somewhere, and then it takes off. But it's Euro AUD. Yeah, I got the same pair. I got a 3 hour. Okay. We'll get a response. Anyway. You posted a chart with normal candles. Okay, thank you. I apologize. Yes, there we go. All right. There. Well, you've got a different setting on this. I have in the whole suite. I got 25 and 1. So yours might be, let's see if it's 45. Yeah, it looks like it. Looks like you have a 45. And you're on FXCM as well. So different broker, 1, and 2. Yeah, and yours is 55. Okay. Yeah, well, we had this down at 25. Well, whether you want or not, but it just gives you a tighter, maybe at 55, you did get in earlier. But the 55 will push it.
I think, isn't 45 right out of the box?
No,
Also,
no,
no,
it's not.
Oh,
No, 55 is.
oh, 55 is okay.
I'm pretty sure 55 is out of the box. We were playing around with 45, and then the most recent change would be to 25. But Glenn, it's okay with 55. It's not a big deal. You're in a trade and a positive trade, so it doesn't matter. That's the whole point to it. If you look though, if that is 55, which is out of the box, 55 and 1, that's just put that down here. It's just all, how do I put this? It works very nicely. You still have change, candle, ready to go, right? So not a problem whatsoever. You could, on the 25, it will give you, I'll show you, on the 25, it just means that your length of your of this EMA just brings in closer. So you will have more ins and outs potentially before you have trades, right? So don't be too concerned, but still in that. And if you got in at any one of these ones here, you're still up like 200 pips or so for the first trade. And you got subsequent ones. Yeah. Sorry. I got a bit of a sore throat at the moment. So one of the things I wanted to show you, and I didn't get time on the weekend. We had a 3-year-old grandson turn from 2 to 3, and there was party and presents and frivolity. Sorry, we were out. But one of the things I've been thinking about that we probably haven't. Sorry, we probably haven't sort of stressed over enough is really the importance of looking at higher time frame and lower time frame. Yeah. So one of the things, I'm just going to put that back up and then up. One of the things that I planned on doing on the weekend, which I haven't as yet, is just creating a spreadsheet with what the daily and what the 3 hourly are doing on each pair at a point in time. And the reason why is because that's still green. Yes, it pulled back. We had a red change there. You could have been in it for this or this, right? But where you see this, it's still green on the daily, even though it pulled back, which would tell me that there's potentially for it to go higher, right?
Kind of looks like consolidation across there.
Here on the daily, it does. But if you go to the 3 hourly, there's still 1, 2, 3, 4 days of buy there. So even though it doesn't look like much here, really what I'm using the daily for here is to look for continuation of trends, right?
Okay.
So if this trend is still relatively still green in this area, then and the 18 is that on 18? Hang on, it's on 18. Pretty sure. Let me just make sure. Oh no, it's on 26. Okay. I'll change that. I didn't change this on the. Yeah, so it's back green. If you look at it, that ribbon is still green on a daily. Yes, we've got red, but then it's about to turn green on that day, the day before. So if you look just in here on the daily, that push up there turned the daily back green on the. Can you see it? Sorry, I'll just open it up. See how that turned green there?
Mhm.
That's
Right.
that day. That's the day before, which is all of that there, right? And that candle here is that day before, and these are on they're on high Kanashis. I can turn them on to standard candles too. Whoop. You can see there's are they on standard? Yeah, they're on standards now. So you can see where that is a day there, day. So that push down, this one here, that there, was where it pulled back up and pushed down. You can see where the wick's down the bottom and a little wick at the top for this. This is a change, and then it pushed back up. So on standard. But if we go, I'll go back to Hokanashi so that you can actually see it. That push down was for 3 days. Well, actually, it was pushed down, and yes, it pushed down further, but it actually sucked back up. We had green there, and it took off. So Glenn could pick up. Absolutely fantastic. So it really comes down to the key of this. For me, it's a lot to do with, do I stay in this trade? Do I get into a trade based on, is the daily still pushing up? That's here.
Brian,
yes.
I'll give you a rest for a second.
Yeah, thank you.
My house suite is on the daily is different to yours, and
Yeah,
mine goes up from the bottom up green, but then it flicks into red, and then
it's on 55. It's on 55. So if I change that to 25,
okay, you get what I've got. You get flicks.
That's what you end up with. But what I'm doing is I'm leaving the daily up at 55, and the reason why is I'm wanting the longer term move, and this may work better on a 55. Okay, let me explain. What I'm finding is that some pairs may work better on different settings than having a standard setting across the board. And that, I
think you're right. Yeah.
I'm not trying to complicate this. Yeah. If you leave the hull on the 55, the ribbon went from thick to thin then before the change of direction on the 3 hour. You're absolutely correct, Glenn. I'll show you. We leave that on 55, which is out of the box. Yeah, it was red thin, and up it went. I agree. And that looks like a much better, you wouldn't know, but if you've got that on the setting and the setting over here, standard candle, off it goes. Huh?
That looks quite good in the 55 and the 3 hour.
Correct.
Yeah.
Correct. Correct.
Looks
The
good in
thing
the daily
is,
as well.
yeah, just remember though, if you're using the ribbon as a stop loss, which I don't think, sorry, oh gosh, if you're using the ribbon as your stop loss on the 55, it's going to make it a lot further. If I mark it off, so that's your ribbon on the 55. If I change that, and maybe it's just something that you play with. I know that Tom was looking at potentially you can see where it's a much closer, or what it might mean is you don't get that first trade, right? You don't get that first trade. You're only in on the second. So I tend to think it's probably better to have the whole suite at 55 or 45 or whatever you want around that sort of area, because it will allow you to get potentially an entry earlier, but in consolidation, you will get a flip. Let's show you. See here, flip. See that flip? Yeah, in here, where potentially on a, let me check this, sorry, change it back again. On a 25, you have a longer push, earlier entry, longer push, earlier entry. Does that make sense?
Yeah. Can I have a quick question? Do you have all
Yeah.
those scripts on your indicators by choice, or is it because I've had it developed like that sometimes?
All
You
these
know,
bits on the end.
Yeah.
You can get rid of those.
No, I'm just saying if you have it, that's how you want it. Yeah. Yeah, you can get rid of them. Yeah.
It doesn't matter. You can get rid of those
No.
if you want,
Yeah,
but
yeah.
it's just,
Yeah.
it doesn't matter. I don't tend to.
No. All right.
So this would be, a later out for this, a later in for this. Yeah. So, and if you look at this, those sell candles, out of those, I know we're on standard candles. They will stay green there because of the green, even though that pushed down at that point, right? Because you're not necessarily taking the daily, yeah. But if you wanted to just trade daily, you would go green still. That turned red, but you still got a green ribbon, so you would stay in the trade, which would have you there. I suppose all I'm saying here is with this is there would be a number of days of sell here from a daily perspective. It would say stay in that trade. If you got in the trade down here somewhere, right, where it changed and you got in there, it would pull up, it would come back probably somewhere, not break even, but come down close, for example. So if you got green, you got a green there, green there, it's that candle. You'd be waiting for it somewhere here, right? And when it pulled back there, you would have, nearly to your entry as such, and if you got in later in that candle, somewhere up here, you would have had drawdown there anyway, and then drawdown there. But what it's done is it's pulled up again and then sucked back. Yeah, see that? So the question I'm or not the question, but the solution I'm posting here is, if you're in a trade where you are and you go, do I stay in the trade? If that ribbon turns red, the ribbon stays green, but you've got your 18 turns red and you got red candles, do you stay in the trade or not? And that needs to be your decision based on that.
Do you not think you'll be
Uh,
getting in too late on that move where you last put your
That move
cursor?
up there.
Yeah, if you're sort of in the middle of it, you're not just sort
Yeah,
of
well, the
leave it
issue will be, well, you
on
see
this-
the issue. Yeah, but the issue, Alistair, is
is on the
the
turn. I
ribbon.
know. Yeah,
The ribbon doesn't turn green until there.
yeah, I know.
So in that circumstance, for
I
example,
mean, it is
if
the
you,
daily, of course. Is it?
I understand that, and that's what I'm saying. Do you change this to say 45, right? Which means it'll come in sooner, right? The candle sooner. Do you change that to 25? These are just things to play around with. See that? Much sooner. You're in there probably at that candle.
It's about 2 candles earlier, at least.
Well, you got to remember though. You got to remember if we let's do this, and you're looking at the daily now, and you go like, oh, I could have got in earlier. Where is it? Turns green, probably on that one. Yeah, turn on that one, right? Now, if you look over here on the 3 hour, that turned green a long time before,
Yeah.
right? So this is actually on a daily there somewhere, but it had already pushed up. So
Already.
if you're using, I can't remember what this one is actually. What is this one? This is on a 55. Okay. If you look at it on a 55 here on the daily, you would have potentially been in back over here somewhere, or even there. That makes sense?
Yes.
This daily is only giving you some insight. So if I pull that right across here,
It's more for trend, right?
correct. And more for, do I stay in this or do I take additional trades with this on the 3 hourly? That's what this is for.
Okay.
All right. So yes, it looks like consolidation on the daily there, but if you come to the 3 hour, there was a number of days that it went down, a number of days it went up, a number of days it went down, a number of days it went up. Yeah. Does that make sense?
See that.
And so in this, if you have the setting, whatever setting you want on, but 25 just makes it closer here on the daily. You may have got out at that. You may have got in at that. You may have got out at that. But you got to remember, in between each one of these blue lines over here is one of those candles. Yeah.
Yeah.
So it is ranging at the moment. Why would Euro AUD be ranging for this period of time? And you got to think this was back on, oh gosh, what's this? 20th of June. It's not telling me 16th. That's June. Where is July? June. July there. Okay. That was where there was a rate call, and you could see the push back up again. Where was this one here? May, yeah, there. That would have been where there was a call and there was a big sell. So my Tuesday this week, what's your each way on it? You reckon it's going to go up? Okay. Glenn thinks the rate will go up. I don't know. There's a bit of shuffling happening on the deck chairs on the Titanic at the moment. So there's some economists saying, inflation is dropping quicker than than expected, and so maybe the RBA might sort of just keep it on hold, but that will still push things around. Yeah? So that is, for me, Tuesday, 2:30 in the afternoon. So but this push back up could be a pre for it. It could push further, it could push back down. All I'll say is, well done, Glenn. Not all I'll say, but yes, exactly. Come out of that down into the buy. Thank you very much. 4 trades. Now, caution, because on the daily, which I want to change it back. Oh, I'll change it back because I think on the daily, we'll look at 55. You just got to play around with these and back test. What I am cautious of here is this went, so green, 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 right? So green ribbon, green 18, green candles. Yeah, you got it? This is on the daily. The issue is that what happened was it was a green ribbon, but it went red and red candles. There were 2 of the sort of 3 things that were happening. This to me shows potentially some exhaustion at this point. Okay. And if you look at the 3 hour, it has been ranging up and down. So, and if you look, the ribbon is getting thinner at this point at the top here, right? It's getting thinner up here on the daily. And it's also,
Right.
So we've got green, green, green again, but it pushed up here, didn't break that previous high, and has pulled back down again. So what does that sort of give you potential indication for the first day of trading for this week? Yeah, thin ribbon on the top of the daily. Yeah, you're right. Potential change of direction. Glenn, you're right. Potential.
It's still in the
Yeah. So what have you oh sorry. Have you assessed any of these trades you're in for? Whether you're in more or not, I don't know. But those 4 trades, have you put your stop losses to break even plus, or where are you at with them at this point? In them all. Yeah, he's in them all, the 4.
I closed mine out right now. I'm going to start setting some new ones.
All different stops in them all. Yes, all different stops. Okay, cool. No worries. All I'm saying is, potentially the pullback, it could continue on. So that's all cool, but it's about conserving capital. Now, Byron, how do you close a trade while the market's closed? I don't know if you can.
Friday.
Oh, thank you. You did it before the market closed. That's right.
Right.
Yeah, and you were in this trade and you closed.
I wasn't in this particular trade, no, but okay. I had some other ones open. And
so you're still in the stage
demo.
of MO.
I'm in demo mode.
Demo, yeah, demo. Yeah. But you're still in the situation that if did the ribbon or anything change color and that's why you got out, or
a couple of them closed because I had shorter take profits on.
Okay.
So, and then one was going against me anyway. It was in a was it a sell stop? No, a buy stop. And I forget which one it was, but anyway,
it doesn't matter. But it hadn't triggered, but you
triggered, and I just closed it out.
Yeah. You took it off. Yeah. So that's cool. I suppose what I'm saying, Byron, is it looks like you're closing them before they even got potentially even further in their trend. That's all I'm saying from that point of view. And that's fine. Take profit on them. You can always take another trade. There's no problem with it.
Right.
I'm just looking at some of these trades for more of a longer term, like we're talking for days, if not weeks, into
Right.
months even, and then taking other potential trades. So for me, if it's in the positive, I'm just going to keep it as long as it hasn't made, on the daily particularly, a major change in direction. So let's look at this one. This is a good example.
Brian, on the
Yeah.
on that daily.
Well, your AUD. Yep, we'll come back. Yep, there we go.
It's
Yeah, on the daily.
well, it's very close to still sitting on the 78 on the Fib on the daily.
Yes, correct.
So,
From low to high, yeah.
yeah. So whether it's going to be another reason for it to do something, but yeah.
To turn or yeah.
Okay.
So yeah, this one's on Heikidashi. I can change this back to standard candles, but we'll look at where it is. I mean, that was a very nice push, right? And this is on standard candles. Yes, it is. All right. So I'm tending to favor more standard candles. You can do Heikidashi, flip back and look at where it is on an averaging. So let me go this one. This is what I wanted to CAD-J. All right. Now, where is it? Where is it? Where is it? Here. We'll just go here. Right. Basically, and I'm just going to be really rough with this. I'm sorry to do that to you, but I don't want to go back too far. I got in a sell trade here, right? See where it is there on the daily. It was still green, right? But on the 3 hourly, it actually said sell, right? So I got in. This could come down and could have come back up because it was green. You can see where it was green and another green candle on the daily. Yeah. This is just a good thing to see. You're right. Everyone okay with that? You can see where I ended there, which is there on the daily. That was still green there for a couple of days even. But on the 3 hour, it was coming down. You okay with that?
Mm-hmm.
Right. Then what I did was, just so I'm just giving you an insight. Then what I did was I got out of the trade here and got back into the trade about there. So from there down to there was about, roughly, was about 350 pips or something. And I was in that trade for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, maybe 10 days, 2 weeks nearly.
2 weeks.
Right. And you would say, and this is, and if you were really maybe trading this to the letter of the law, you would go, there's a green candle, there's a green there, and that's red. You would get out maybe or not. I wouldn't, because it would need to be green on the 18 as well. Here, where it's green, 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 that would tell you to get out. But I didn't. It pulled back down again, then pull back up. I would probably be roughly in the same position. Right? But I changed out of the sell into the buy. Right? And I got into that buy right there. Now, this was still red, and it was still red there. Yeah? But it turned a green candle there and a green there. So you can see the daily, and the ribbon didn't turn green at all. Hasn't turned green in this whole, since, when's that? 11th of July. It has not turned green.
On the daily, right?
On the daily, it hasn't. But on the 3 hour, yes, it did. So I got a buy there, right? I then swapped out the buy somewhere over here. somewhere I swapped that buy out where it turned there. I was probably late. It was probably the next day or something, somewhere in here. I swapped out the buy for a sell. And I gained roughly 150 pips on that, right? From here to where it turned and came back on the 3 hourly. But that was still red there. So this was an opportunistic trade for me because the daily still had not turned green at all, okay, on the daily. And then being in it, the price came back to roughly where I entered. I was basically break even after 2 days. 2 days, I was in a nice profit from here to there somewhere. I was up 100 pips, and then all of a sudden it came back, and I was in drawdown by 3 or 4 pips, and then off it went here, and I was up again by 200 pips. Now I'm back here at 40 pips. See the roller coaster?
Was that that news day with that big drop?
I don't know.
No, it doesn't matter.
Can you see that? Yeah, it might have been. See that candle there? This is the last day of the week of trading. And look at that. It pushed up there, then came back, and there's just like a flat thing in the middle on a 3 hourly, which is that candle there. Pushed up, pushed down, it's anyway. So at the moment where I am is I probably only, got 40 pips on this. Why am I still in this trade at the moment? Why am I still? Tell me why I'm still in this trade for sell.
You're talking about your initial trade, is that correct?
No, why I got out of the other. No, I'm in this, initial trade from here because it was red. Yeah, I got into the trade there somewhere. Why am I still in that trade?
So did you get into any other trades on that or just?
No. Just the one at the moment. Okay. Let's keep it simple, Byron.
Maybe you were scaling in or something.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Alistair?
Your ribbon is still strong.
The ribbon is still red?
On the daily.
Yeah. That's still strong. Yeah, absolutely.
Well,
we've still got a red.
Well, that's the 3 hour chart you've got. Yeah, the daily one.
That's 3 hour over here.
Yeah.
Now that's pushed back up, right? If it doesn't break that high, it's likely to pull back down again and break this low somewhere down here, maybe that or even that, right? And what happens if this pushes up and comes back up to there?
You'll be close to getting stopped out. No, I don't know.
Yeah. If I've moved my stop loss to break even or break even plus, I would be stopped out. But I would have conserved my capital in relation to it, Byron, and it would give me an opportunity potentially for an entry back in again. And there's a couple of things in the cycle here. So, and so scenario one, if this pulls up, this is green. If this ribbon turns green, then really I should get out of the trade. But what I have is a fail safe where when this comes back to here, I'm in 0.25% initial trade, right? 0.5%, whatever it is, okay? If it comes back here, I've already moved my stop loss from here down to here. Does that make sense? So I'll put that on and we can see it. So if I got in the trade there and I had originally had my stop loss there, right? I don't worry about TP because I'm just letting it run while the daily is still running. So what I did was before the market closed, what I did is basically pull my stop loss down to break even. So if this pulls back up to there, it's going to be stopped out, but with zero loss.
Right. Okay.
Okay. And what I will do is if this ribbon turns green, when that does, I'm going to look at getting into a buy. That makes sense?
Yes, it does.
But I would be cautious about getting into a buy. Why?
Because it's in a big sell mode yet. On the
No. Yes, good. Good, Byron. This is still sell, sell, sell on the daily. Correct. So it gives me the daily gives me some comfort in a relaxed way that potentially this 3 hour will not break this high and potentially it'll come back down. I don't know whether it will or not. Yet the 3 hour is sort of saying potentially that is what may happen. Yeah, we don't know. We don't know. But what have I got? I've got a fail safe and I've got potential for it to continue and stay in that trade because I don't have a green ribbon yet. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Now I'm on my I think we're in about 4th week or something of trading this strategy. And on CAD JPY, I have secured 2 very nice trades, 300 pips. If we're talking only one trade, one flagship trade, there was potential for additional trades, but I'm just giving you a heads up on, I'm making it simple by saying it's those just 3 trades. So this 3rd trade I'm in, 2 of them have been very nice and profitable. This 3rd one is just dancing around a little bit. It could be profitable as well. And I'm staying on the bus in the 3 hour. I'm staying in that trade because the daily is saying potentially this is to go further down. It may not. Okay. I'll evaluate it on the 3 hour to the daily. So this is why I think, no, I had to go. Yeah. But your daily ribbon way lags. Yes. Market structure. Would you get out if you also had an MSS? An MSS. I'll need a I'm not great on acronyms. Maybe I'll use some. Market structure shift. Yeah, absolutely. Yes, absolutely, Glenn. Yeah. So if the market structure, for example, if this breaks that high there, right, I've already got a fail safe. But if it breaks the high here and comes back up and breaks this high over here, then yeah, absolutely make a decision. I can only make a decision in relation to a candle formation and what previously is there. Yeah. So I hope this example here gives you sort of some idea of where my mind is within trades. Yeah. And for example, that buy that I was in there, I was mindful that this buy here was potentially short-lived. Why? Even though it was for a number of days, it was like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 days. Why would I feel that this is potentially short-lived?
The 18 was crossing the hull.
No. Look over here. No break of structure? No, not that, not here. That's right. But why would, okay, after that push down and I'm in this trade for the buy, why would I feel that this was short-lived and would not break the structure up here potentially?
Because the 18 was turning red.
No.
Up there, no.
No, because the daily has still got a red ribbon.
Oh, okay.
Simple. So simple. Nothing complicated. Yeah.
Yeah, it touched off the red and came back down.
Yeah, but you wouldn't have known.
You wouldn't have known that though.
No, what I'm saying is here, if you're looking there, you can see the daily's pushing up from there, but we still have a red ribbon, red. Yes, that turned green and you had some green candles, and yes, it touched there eventually, but I'm talking about taking the trade down here, which is there on the daily. So I got that many pips, but I'm also mindful that this thing is probably going to turn back down again because we've got a red ribbon on the daily. I'm just trying to get your head into understanding. You need to look from there to there to there to there all the time on all these pairs. Don't make a decision to get out of the trade based on the day, in or out of the trade based on the daily. The daily is, as Glenn says, it's lagging away. It's badly lagging. Because on the daily, it never showed really, on the ribbon, it never showed this push up, which happened for 10 days, right? But it did on the 3 hourly because that opportunity's there. But in the back of my mind, it's always, this may not break structure because the ribbon's still red. The sentiment of the market is still to sell out here. Yeah. And the reason why is if you look on the daily, look, get rid of some of these things we don't need now. I don't know, I'm probably getting rid of Alistair's cactuses or something. I don't know.
Yeah, do that. It's fine.
You sure?
Absolutely. I've been deleting a lot of them. There's a very sort of oldie order block that it came across last year, and it comes through the top of this price, and where price is sort of moving down, it's sort of hit the middle of it. It has come through it, so it's sort of, it has been sort of taken.
So if you look, that's right, Alistair. But if you look at the daily, look at that big push down, push there, up. Right? It's been going up since, what's this, 24th of March, right? For me, it looks like it's pushing back down and it'll do pullbacks. So that's what I'm trying to say is there's a lot of imbalance down here, right? From a market structure perspective. So looking at the daily here, potentially, that's why I'm still in the trade on the 3 hour. Even though it may come up and hit my stop loss, I'm still going to be looking at market structure. Will it break here? Will it break there? If it does, well, it's going to be pushing up. But the daily is not telling me that. The daily is indicating that potentially this is going to push back down again. And this push up here or this push up here are just like push-ups just to play around. And look at that crazy wick on that candle there on the 3 hour. Look at it. That was, what was that? That was
how many pips was that?
Yeah, I can measure that for you. 250 pip move.
It's a big move.
In that, 3 hours.
And that bottom there is, again, it bottomed out at the bottom of the order, an order block.
An order block, yeah.
And it's sort of, and then it's sort of done a stop and done it again,
Yeah. So I'm just mindful here of this ribbon thinning out and what's happening here for this trade. Yet, what I have is a fail safe because my stop loss is at my entry. Like, that's all I need to worry about. Or not worry about. That's all I need to put in place, right? Yeah, stop hunts. You're right. Yeah, they're all stop hunts. That is, yeah. Absolutely. Stop hunt up there, stop hunt down there, and then take it off in the direction you want. It's really great to watch, isn't it? I love it. I mean, this also too. See that push up there and then a big push down. Push up there. What's it more like? Big push down. We'll see. All right. And look, we'll only know in another 24 hours what has it done. Yeah. But I don't care. It's still set itself up. Yeah. So you may, if you're not in this trade and you would maybe like to be in this trade, you're just going to have to watch where it is and where it turns, for example, on the 3 hour, and know that I'm looking to have maybe particularly an additional trade or a continuation trade. I'm still in that trade at the moment, unless it stops me out at break even. So all I've lost is the time to click and put a trade on three trading days ago. That's all I'm going to lose out of it. Does that make sense? Good. So what I think is really important is looking at where, and like a spreadsheet probably would be handy, but I mean, you can do this easily through here anyway. I mean, you can just go to any pair, AUD, CAD, like what's going on here? Buy ribbon, right? It's in a sell. Oh, sorry. Take that off. You can see it dancing around, up, down, up, whatever, on the daily, right? It still has that green, but it's gone red, red. This is not necessarily a trade I'd want to get into at the moment. You can see where that pushed down quite substantially. Yeah. Yeah. If you were already in the trade from up here somewhere, which would have been here, yeah, where we go, there. I've got to push this in further. There, at 3 hourly, it moved back down, right? But it was still green on the daily. Yeah, so a little bit mixed to be looking at for this one. And you could look at, no, I'm just going to take that off. Whoop. So some of these lines might be a bit confusing for it, but I'm just giving you insight into where things are at with it. And you can see where that's come up to that point. So it came up to there, matched that one out, and then pull back down again on the daily. I think it's really beneficial to have these on. So, sorry, Byron.
You have two screens up, one on day, one on 3.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you can move to however much you want to see of it. But I'm just saying that is running out of steam there. All right.
Looks like it's running out of steam, doesn't it?
Yeah. So it just depends on whether it breaks structure. So this one, you just put it on the watch list, for example. Hey, give me a look whether, yeah, I'm in this trade, right? I'm up 167 pips. When did I get in this? I got this on the 19th. Where's the 19th? There. I got into this here somewhere on this push down, and I stayed in. Look at that. It's come back. Probably this one probably came back to break even nearly, but it didn't break over here. I'm still in this trade. I would have got in somewhere
in
here.
This one?
Yeah. I'm in this trade. I probably got in. I don't know. I can put it on for you. Hang on. I'll find it. Where is it? Okay. 89745. I'm somewhere in somewhere around about there on that around, that's the day. So somewhere around there I got in, it came back, right? It came back up and my stop loss would have been, up here or up here somewhere. I don't know where oh, hang on a minute. I can tell you where my stop loss. Oh, no, I can't tell you now because I moved it. Anyway, sorry. But my stop loss would have been up above, of course. What happens is it pushed down. I would have been again nicely in profit from there down to there. I would have been 80 pips up. I would have been in drawdown by 7. I would have been up by 120. I would have been break even, and now I'm, as I said, about 170 pips or so in profit. So
Right.
there's an example of, Byron, what I was saying to you. It's like here, the daily is not, hang on, whoops.
Yeah, that's what happened on one of mine, Brian. That big wickety wick came up and stopped me out. I think I had like a 50 pip stop loss, and it still hit me.
Yeah.
So
Well, you really can't move your stop loss to break even because you can see what can happen. You can't move it until it goes well into profit. Not if you're in the trade. Yeah.
yeah, I went to bed, and if I'd have had it up maybe just another 10 pips, it would have missed it where I had entered.
So
It's like
so
you never know
so
though.
yeah, but Byron, in your flagship trade or the initial trade you take, pack it out. Pack out that stop loss. It doesn't matter. You don't need to be as tight
It's
with
a
it.
learning experience that it taught me something. So
Yeah.
I'm glad
Absolutely.
it's just a demo account.
Well, you could have quite easily done this. Say you got in there, you could have quite easily put your stop loss up here, 90 pips.
Yeah, and I didn't put it quite that high. So
No, that's what I'm saying. But then it pulled back up. So that it's just,
you learn something.
yeah, true. But if you look at this, here against the daily, it's still saying that it's pushing up, right, from a ribbon. But then you've got a red candle and a red on the 18, right? Now, if I look at it further, though, what's AUD CAD been doing for a considerable amount of time? Since 30th of January. What's it been doing?
Yeah, it's been dropping
down.
again.
It's been selling. So if you get into a sell on a sell, it's going to be longer term. If you're going to get in a buy, what's it going to be?
Shorter term.
Very good. And potentially not this broke structure, but then once it broke structure, it pulled back down again. So a nice little stop hunt on that one. But the daily, this is why you need to look at the daily and see where you're at with it. This is very different to the CAD-J. So the CAD-J is saying stay in because it's a thick ribbon. This one is like, oh, now after this push down, depends on where I'm in the trade, potentially what's this going to, correct.
Yeah.
Maybe. Yeah.
Yeah.
Or on the daily, it could push further down and you could get this ribbon change red and we'll have more and more and it'll break this low down here. That's what I'm
that one again is sitting in the 78 on the daily.
Correct. But because it's in a downtrend, it could go further and break the 100.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, 100%. Yeah. And I think,
So one of the things I'm really learning from this process here is that, like just in this example, I got in a trade there. I could have got in a bit earlier, right? I didn't. It's just when I saw it, right? When I was doing it. I could have got a bit earlier and yes, I would have more buffer. But the point is I have stayed in this trade for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 days, right? And yes, it's come back and I've been slightly in drawdown. And yes, it's come back again and been break even. Yet I'm now 170 pips roughly in profit on it. And I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I've got 10 examples of that. I don't know how many in total pips I am. I don't know. But anyway, now what you need to do is, like, we've got time up to, it's an hour. I got to keep going. I'm going to take. But is this helpful?
Yeah, it's been
Very, very good.
very good.
Right. So what you need to do is now go down each pair, and you got to work out, will I create an entry? Now you don't know, but but what I'm saying is, on a 3 hour, this is a really thick red ribbon. You've got a really red 18, and your candles are red at this point. Now at the end of the trading week, it pushed to there. It's come down to the 200, come down to the 200, come down to the 200, come down, and broken the 200. It's highly likely this could come back up to the 200 if it does, and then pull back down again. It may not change the ribbon or the 18. It depends. I don't know. Just see. It may just get a little fit, and it may just keep continuing down. You just have to work out what's happening. I don't tend to trade in the first 12 hours of the trading week, but we'll just see what happens. Okay, that's just AUD CAD. And then you can go to the next one. AUD CHF. Red, red, red ribbon. Red, red, red. Ah, well, you know, hey. AUD JPY, you know. Pull back up to here, but it has red, red. Let's see what happens. It's still red up here on the daily. AUD NZD. Right, it's turned green on the daily to push up, but it's still red, red. What do we got? It's back down again. I think some of these AUDs are just setting themselves up for Tuesday, right? Again here, sell, 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 right? AUD USD, right? It's gone buy to sell to buy. It's in sell, right? It could come back up. I mean, I'm just looking at this as a box in there. But, you know, like that would have been really nice here, right? Red, 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 get into the trade, come to the 200 even. You know, that's, I think we talked about this as a trade, get into it there a few days before. Anyway, how's that? Does that help at all?
Yep.
And you could create a spreadsheet if you want for each pair and go, where's the daily? What's this criteria? Bang, bang, bang. What's this on the thing? I mean, you can go and have a look at them too. So, sorry, it depends on how you feel you want to look at it. For me, I can just look at them. And I can see whether I'm in a trade or not because I go to my trading platform. If I'm in a trade, then I can see, do I make a decision to get out, get in, have another trade, nothing, whatever. All right. What's JPY doing? Oof. Look at that big push up there, green, 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 but we've still got a red there. This is still green, but it looks like it's starting to run out of steam. Yeah. But look how long this trend has been going.
Yeah.
Look at how long on the daily. So what are we more likely to do here?
Definitely buy.
Yeah, potentially. This pullback here now, if this doesn't break this low here, right? Look at the wick on that. How big is that? Bloody hell. There down to there. Oh, sorry. I'm gonna, okay. It's 2. Where is it? 334 pips in 1 3 hour.
Wow.
If that's not a stop hunt, I don't know what is.
I know. Yeah.
Okay. Anyway, if you look, so it depends. Now this turned green. If it's green, then look maybe at buy. But if you look at the daily, it's like it's well over the top, right? Whoops. Let's put that back. But say, for example, over here, let me go to the, I want to go to the weekly because I want to show you. I'm going to have to do this. All right. See this? See the peak there? Look how far it's pushed up above it. Anyway, just a thought. But we're
That's
looking
good.
at what's it doing now. Anyway, just thoughts, looking for direction, but the trend continues for a bloody long time until it doesn't.
Until it doesn't, yeah.
Well, yeah, but look at CHF, right? You know, like that just has been going and going and going. People go, it's got to turn, it's got to turn. No, well, you know, it's just doing a little pullback now. It hasn't done this sort of pullback in a long time. Maybe it's time for it to pull back down. Don't know. We'll see.
Brian, I've got to jump ship. Got to do a pickup.
Yeah, well, I got to go too. Sorry.
So your voice sounds amazingly better since it was at the beginning. So hopefully it'll be good during the day. Just don't speak. Just
I'll see how we go. Well, I've got some more trades to take and more things to do. So we'll do that. Helpful?
Right. Very good. I've got to fly. Cheers for that. See you,
Okay.
Brian.
Ciao.
Byron.
Bye. Helpful, Byron?
Yes, thank you.
Okay. No worries. And I suppose my discussion with you, Byron, particularly is it's great if you got out of the trade in profit, you've got to then think about getting into another trade unless you do a continuation trade. That's what I'm saying. With the trend continuing for a long period of time, you can stay in some of those trades longer if you've packed out the stop loss and you're comfortable in the fact that the trend will continue.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
So I'm starting the week fresh.
Yeah, good. And we'll look at some, if you take any trades, you might want to put them in the chat and say, hey, I've taken this one. This is what I'm looking at. And this is what I might take. Or not. You don't have to.
Yeah.
It's not essential. All right, then. The aim of the game is conserve capital and to make profits. That's it.
That's it. Huh.
You know, and one of the other aims of mine is do it in a really relaxed, something to suit my lifestyle way. And that's what this does.
Relax. Yeah. I like that. Yeah.
Yeah. All right, then. Till next time.